If you want to reach a 5-0 plus level, you have to be able to attack off your backhand side. If somebody gives you a high volley to your backhand in your yellow zone, so a shot that's right here, we need to be able to attack that instead of resetting it. At 4-5, 4-0 and under, a lot of these shots get reset, or players might back up and hit them as a deep dink. But 5-0s aren't leaving any money on the table with that shot. So I'm going to show you guys today one of my favorite shots to go on offense with the backhand. This is going to be the backhand flick. Here's what the backhand flick looks like, just to give you guys a little bit of a visual. This shot's gonna be different from our general punch volley. Most backhand volleys are gonna be hit like this. When we're hitting the ball below the net, we're gonna have to add some topspin and some flick to it. So here's what this shot's gonna look like. The backhand flick allows us to attack from below the net in our yellow zone. So when we're hitting a volley, we have 3 zones that are gonna help us decide whether or not to attack the ball, and if so, how to attack them. In pickleball, there's a lot of decisions you can make, so we want to make things as black and white as possible depending on our skill level. Having these 3 hitting zones is going to help us do that. So the first one's going to be our green zone. Generally, that's going to be anything from chest height and above, especially for players 4-0 and under. This is going to be our green zone right here. That is attack anything no matter what. If you get a ball in the green zone, I don't care if you're in position for an overhead or if you're stretched hitting like that, you got to attack it. Green zone, we're going to go attack. So if I'm hitting from right here, I can angle my paddle down and the ball still goes in. That allows me to get maximum power because the hardest shots that I can hit in pickleball are ones that I come from on top of them and hit down. That's my green zone. Now my yellow zone is going to be from below my green zone. So that's going to be around chest level, just below my chest level, all the way down to thigh level, which is going to be a little bit below the net. In the yellow zone, we're going to attack with caution and with topspin. If I'm hitting in the yellow zone, I need to make sure that I am attacking in position. For my yellow zone, I'm not gonna hit if I'm stretched out like that. That's gonna be a reset. I'm not gonna attack there. I'm only gonna attack if I'm setting in position. That's gonna be where my backhand flick is gonna be most useful. I have to use topspin because in my yellow zone, I'm probably attacking from below the net. I can't hit down, so I have to come under and hit up. When I have topspin, the ball goes down. So I'm gonna be able to come under and lift it with an upwards trajectory, and my topspin pulls it back down over the net. So that way it's a lower shot for my opponent. If I don't apply topspin from the yellow zone, the trajectory is gonna go up. There's no spin to bring it down. So that's gonna go right into my opponent's green zone, and then they can hit down back at me, which is gonna be a really tough shot for me to respond to. Then finally, we have our red zone, which is gonna be from below my knees, halfway down the net or lower. That's never attack. If the ball's in your red zone, we don't attack because from here, we have to go up. It's gonna go straight into my opponent's green zone. And if I hit it hard, it's gonna go out, or if I hit it soft, I'm toast. So red zone, we don't attack. Now, the one thing that's really important to understand is that where your zones begin and end depends on what level player you are and what your skill set is. The green, yellow, and red zones are absolutely not absolutes. I am not gonna have the same green, yellow, and red zone as somebody else. And a 5-0 player definitely won't have the same zones as a 3-0 player. The better you are, the lower your yellow zone is gonna be, and the lower your red zone is gonna be. So for example, Ben Johns could attack balls from right here. That might be where his yellow zone ends, and then his red zone could be right here. That's just an example. It depends on the player. So we want to make sure that we're always playing within our skill set and you're understanding where your zones begin and end. So that way you're not hitting attacks that you're not capable of hitting, and you're not losing points because you're attacking too frequently. So now on to how we're actually going to hit the backhand flick. So a couple key points. The first one, we want to make sure that we're hitting with our paddle angled down. That's how we're going to begin this shot. I can't start from here because I need to generate topspin. Topspin, I need to go from under and up. So my paddle angle has to start down. Second, I'm gonna make sure that my paddle is out in front. I can't hit this shot with a bent elbow in here. That's not gonna generate any power for me. I have to be out in front, so that way I have room to extend forward. My elbow needs to be straight here. And then third, I'm gonna make sure that I am bending my knees to get low. If I get low, that allows me to come under and up over the ball. If I'm up here with no knee bend, that's gonna be my attack zone. Well, that's not that high over the net. But here, I can actually get under the net and I can attack from right here, from that same spot right in front of my body. So I have to make sure that I'm getting low. We also wanna make sure that we're balanced. So as I swing, I'm gonna use my non-dominant arm, my left arm for me because I'm a righty, to pull back. That's gonna allow me to reach out further into the kitchen so I stay balanced. If I swing like this, I'm gonna fall into the kitchen and I'm gonna lose the point on a violation. So instead, I wanna pull my arm back as I swing, keep that balance. You should feel your shoulder blades pinch as you swing. This motion comes from a one-handed backhand in tennis. That's the best comparison. Take a look at Roger Federer, who hits his one-handed backhand and pinches his shoulder blades at the end. That's a perfect comparison for this shot. You want to make sure that you're separating your arms for that balance. So here's how it looks when you put it all together.